Welcome to A Bridge, the podcast show, brought to you by Nard and Pat Alphonse. On this show, we will discuss topics ranging from lifestyle, sports, entertainment, and events that shape our lives. None of this would be possible without S.STREET Media, so please hit the subscribe button, like, and share. It is because of them, our families, and loved ones that all of this is possible. So today, we bring to you another episode. How are you, Pat?
What's going on, Nardo?
Everything is good, old
Everything
boy.
Good. Everything good, man. Happy to be here.
No doubt, man. Again, man, always a pleasure when we in the lab, man.
I love your shirt, too, bro. We got to go vote next week.
We got to go vote, man. You know, if it didn't matter, they wouldn't be trying to stop us, man.
Definitely, we got to go vote, guys.
You know, we got to continue. We got to continue to fight until we get some real candidates in there, man. You know what I mean? The choices is crazy right now, you know?
Yeah,
but this guy got to go.
You got to get out of here.
You got to go, man. But with further ado, we're not even going to play around, man. Today, we got basketball royalty in the building, man. I'm talking about a young man who's made his bones, man, throughout this country, man. Good friend of mine, childhood friend of mine, man. And yours, you know?
Yeah.
We used
to ride a train together.
Indeed.
High school.
Indeed. We got the CEO of Basketball Heads, Mr. Glenn Pooh Harden in the building. My guy, man.
Salute.
Thank you for coming, G. For real, man.
No doubt.
Yeah, it's good to be. See, look, I'm lined up with him right now, Pat. Remember before?
Yeah, I know, right?
He's on the other side. We like, yo, send him this way. Send him this way. I'm going to swipe. Y'all double down. You know. He was a matchup problem, man.
That's what's up.
You know, right quick, before I get started, I want to shout out a real loyal supporter, man, a good friend, man. I really appreciate the love, man. Eugene Eugene Tidwell, a.k.a. Gator Woodside, man, on Instagram.
Gator.
Like, dude, he wrote a book. It's dope. If my hood could see what my eyes couldn't hear, the first 20 years. So he's talking about Bed-Stuy. You know what I mean? So therefore,
that's my boy from Grady too, man.
Yeah.
Shout out,
Coney Allen again.
We're gonna have you on the show soon, buddy. You coming soon in a minute.
Again, yo. We in Bushwick, yo. Every week is Coney Island. They here, man.
They connected. We connected with Coney Island.
Glenn, man, tell us about you, my guy.
Well, what you want to know, man?
I want
open book, man.
Nah, man, I want to know, man. I want to know, like, you know, when it comes to this hoop thing, like, man. First of all, where you from, man?
Well,
let the people know.
I'm from Crown Heights, but people know me from being from Brevoort.
Okay,
you know
okay.
What I'm saying? That's why I started playing ball out there and got my bones out there. You know what
I'm
saying?
Okay.
Started really playing football.
Okay.
Because I was a football guy.
Yeah. That's
played for the Renegades, Coach Breeze.
Nigga said the Renegades, Big
Man,
Breeze.
Listen, man.
Nah,
we was doing our thing.
It's that blue and orange, right?
We was red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue. Blue and orange. That's the rifles. That's the rifles.
And Skyhawks was
and
that.
Skyhawks, right? I remember I played for the Blazers, and I was nice till I got hit, and I realized that football is a collision sport, and I'd rather play basketball because it's a little contact, but not collision.
Well, I started playing baseball first, and then my man got hit. I didn't even get a chance to bat. As soon as my man got hit, I quit with him.
Yeah, that's what's
up. You know
up.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was it for that.
Yeah.
And then moved on to football, right? Football was different because this is why I kind of built my confidence.
Okay, that's what's up. What position you play?
This is funny you ask, right? So I was 5'7", 155 pounds, and I was a lineman.
Oh, wow.
That don't make any
crazy.
sense. I should have been like
alive.
a wide receiver back there, being a quarterback, which I really wanted to do. Okay. But I didn't have the confidence. I just wanted to be on the team.
You said being a quarterback, so you was like what, like a Tony Rice fan?
Not then, fam. We talking about I was just want to be on the team. So I picked a position where nobody would notice me, and I could just get a jersey and be on the team.
Okay.
So I played the offensive line. But then I showed up to the first game with some Johnny United's cleats. It was the black cleats.
And
the whole team had on white cleats, though.
Oh, man. So you looking like Jim Brown out there.
I'm looking
like
the old dude, right? So we took a 2-hour ride to Philly, and they just snapped at me the whole time. And again, not without having confidence, I quit.
Wow.
I didn't come back.
Yo, all you kids was wrong, man. But then again, growing up in the hood, you know, ranking is our profession. That's our first job.
Listen, they call it bullying, but it built toughness.
Right. To a degree, indeed.
For me. Right. So what it did for me it had me internalize to figure what I want to do, or am I going to keep letting these guys get on me? And it was my fault because I wasn't prepared. I didn't buy my cleats, right? I just wanted to be on the team, right? I was just doing the things just to be on.
Like in growing up, a lot of times, like in wanting to be a part of something, we neglect the rules and stuff like that because we're so busy just being happy to be a part of something. And sometimes I know, like for me, like I was playing ball and doing a lot of things for a little while before my parents even knew, because like they're working, they're doing stuff, right? So like well, my parents did know, my moms did know, and I just wasn't telling the insights because, again, I really didn't want to play like that. I want to throw the dirt on me and say, yo, I'm on the team. Right. We won. Boom. Right. So I quit. The next summer, me and my cousin played this two-hand touch football league in Brevard. Okay. And our team was so good that they split us up in the All-Star game. Okay. Right? So when I was playing. Who ran that? I can't. I would say it was Mr. Diggs. Okay, I would say I know Diggs ran a lot of things in the center. Right, I think him and Mr. Diggs and a couple other people who ran it. But salute to Mr. Diggs. Man. They had split our team up, and make a long story short, I got to be the quarterback of the other team. Okay, did you do your thing? We won. My man, he said we won. And my first trophy was an MVP trophy. Oh, this kid! That was the first trophy I ever won. This kid different. My cousin won it on defense. Okay. Oh, y'all a little sports family. Right, but again, my cousin was a little bit more confident than me, right? With having him down with me, it just solidified the fact that, you know what, we're going to go try for the Renegades next year. Okay. That's what's up. Right? Yeah. I had another plan, though. Right? Went out for the Renegades. I knew they had 2 starting quarterbacks. I'll be the third string. Look, I'll be in the mix, but I won't have to play. Yeah, you won't have to. I'm still. That's smart, man. He's smart. Still not getting hit. Right. Nah, that's dope. But the starting quarterback went to play tight end, and then the second string became the first string and made me the second string. So you was up next. Oh, you might get hit. Nah, but this kid Duke, he just exudes so much confidence. I just knew he was going to have it for the rest of the year. Wow. We took that next trip up to Philly. I had my white cleats. I'm ready. Oh, you was ready? I'm ready. My number 12, I had my towel to the side, no helmet. I'm still prepared not to play, fam. Come on. Right. So give me props for this. No. Okay? I made sure I didn't do it because he probably would have to call on me. Right. Wow. This dude had a plan. Bad teammate. We down 21-zip at halftime, and he's like, Pooh, you start in the second half. Coach, I don't have no helmet. That's my man. You already know me. Coach Breeze was like, get him a helmet. Get him a helmet. So we went to about 5-6 helmets before one fit. Yeah, big head. He said he ready to play. I was like, yo, fam, no, I'm not ready to play. He said, well, you know the plays, and we going up top. And that means we was going to throw a bomb to try to change the dynamic of the game, try to get a touchdown. Get it all in one shot. My first pass from scrimmage. Just let it fly. Touchdown. My man. So your confidence now should be about climbing. It's at 1,000. Okay? It's at 1,000. I'm bringing us back, and make a long story short, I brought us back, and we wound up losing 21-20. Okay. Right? In between there, I got hit and kind of shook me up a little bit, but we bounced back, wound up losing the game. But then we finished the season 21-0 and never lost again. That's what's up. And you just dropped that and started hooping? No. I went to Lincoln to play football, to follow my guy, KK, who was our star running back. He was a year older than me because, me not doing the right thing got left back. So he went ahead to Lincoln. I stayed back. And when I was going to go join him, he got to some drama with some guys in Coney Island. Okay. And had to transfer. Normal. And safety transfer. There you go. Safety transfer mean your ass on the line. So I was, not really stuck in Lincoln because my family was out in Coney Island. Okay. So I knew my father lived out there. I had a reason to go out there besides football. I knew my family was out there. Right. And I didn't want to go to the local schools, Wingate and Boys and Girls. Okay. Yeah. Who was at Lincoln, like, basketball-wise, and that made you think you could try out? Like, I had no clue, fam. Wow. I just knew they was number one in the state. I was on a football team. We were just in the city championships a couple of years. I was going to play JV. I could hide a little bit more and say I play high school football. There you go. Okay.
Right? By the time I get into
couple of
varsity, I'll be good.
There you go.
But I rode the train with a crew of dudes from around my way. We all rode the train together, and they was going out for the team. We didn't have JV. So I'm like, why are we going out?
Your freshman year was what, 83, 84?
83.
83, 84, okay.
Yeah. We didn't have a JV.
Yeah, 1 year behind me, right. Okay.
Yeah, so we went out for the team, and it's about 6 of us. And every day I just saw my name on the board to come back. And I saw my boys.
Chuck was in there with you, right?
Chuck came years later.
Yeah,
a couple years later.
All right.
Right. So at that time, you had Spice, you had Silk, you had
arguably the best backcourt in New York City's history. Arguably.
Facts.
Shout out to Spice, man.
And they only played 2 years of high school basketball.
Right, together, right.
And 1 year together.
Right. That's
right?
crazy.
So it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Damari Riddick.
It's a big kid, right?
Yeah, he went to Fairleigh Dickinson with me.
Okay.
I think second all-time leading scorer there. Kenny Parker, Karis, one brother.
Okay.
Bernard
You got
Mitchell.
mad rappers that loved hoops. Let me tell you who loved basketball. Rappers and drug dealers. Word to mother. Average dude that became a hustler couldn't cut it in the basketball world. He chose the other game. For real, if you do the math, seriously.
Yo, I'll give you a real quick story, right? I'm coming from the Coliseum at the game. I think I killed. This is later on.
That was normal for you. Okay.
Right? So I'm walking my basketball, and 50 Cent with 2 of his boys like, yo, Slim, come here. And I'm saying, I got the big Sunny Dew, iced tea, basketball in my hand.
Had a great
classic.
Let them know the original 50 Cent.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, not the rapper.
Not the rapper.
He's talking about Mr. Martin.
Facts.
He's talking Mr. Martin.
Around the way. You know what I'm saying?
He really shook the room.
All of this big and guns this long. But
yeah.
At the end of the day, it was a situation. I just, in my mind, played back the Ben Wilson situation.
Right,
basketball kid, raw, beat up, shot. But what happened was, he said, yo, Slim, I just want to say something to you, man. Yo, you got game, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, that's great. That's what's up.
Don't follow them suckers right there. And the dudes was playing dice. He said, watch this. So I'm sitting there. He went and robbed the dice game.
Typical.
Yo, Slim, I'll see you later. Keep playing that ball, fam. Like, those are the kind of dudes in the neighborhood, Vaughn, DeVere, all of these guys who was just pushing me.
DeVere was nice, though.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. DeVere was nice.
No doubt. So I heard he was before my time.
Yeah. Sheepshed.
Yes.
Sheepshed, yeah. No, I'm a basketball connoisseur, man. Like, I follow this game, man, all throughout the city. And, like your guys, because I'm a year ahead of you, so like I wasn't crazy about y'all guys, the Mike Spencers and Dave Alabanjo and all these dudes, Kurt from Lafayette, that whole Coney Island mob, Sugar Bear.
It was a fun time, man.
Nah, but them dudes were thorough though. Thorough. Did you ever play for the Flames?
Listen, I didn't play any basketball coming up, fam. I played a little bit in the junior high school.
And who was the star? The star for y'all was that other kid though.
Listen,
is it Bernard?
Bernard was the leading scorer.
Okay,
right. But then you had Sean Williams as well. Right. Okay. And then it was myself, and then I think it was Dave, Tiny, and then that's how I went down. Right. But for the most part, my freshman and sophomore year was kind of building years of learning because I'm getting introduced to the game.
And you're growing.
Oh yeah. So my sophomore year, my freshman year, I came in at 5'8". That summer going into my sophomore year, I grew to 6'4", and I moved into the starting position. So my first write-up in the paper was like me moving into the starting position. Okay,
that's what's up.
And it was a good year.
Bill Travis wrote that?
Bill Travis legend, but it was a local paper out in Coney Island. So it was like my first write-up.
Okay, now that's dope though. That's dope though, man. Shout out to Bill Travis, man. Like he really made a lot of people, man, that we know, man, like household names, man, because that Daily News sports section at that time was really big, man. So did you, as a sophomore now, because you're sophomore, you in the starting lineup, you getting a little pub, did you have a little disdain for William E. Grady?
Nah.
William E. Grady?
No. Because at that time, the balance kind of was in our favor.
Okay.
Right? So it They were rivals.
A friend of mine played for William E. Grady.
Yeah, right here.
Right, he's right here. Oh my!
Right.
Pass smooth in the building.
Right. They were definitely rivals at the time.
Right.
But it was never, we never blew them out. There was always games where we could have lost. You get what I'm saying? So
you lucked up, man, because you missed that Ice Leslie era.
No,
you caught some of that.
I shut that down. Yes.
Did he say shut it down?
Yes.
Okay.
He shut it down. He probably had 35.
No.
He held him under 30?
No. Yes, it was under 30 both times.
Held him under 30?
Yes.
Like,
but and he
really,
shot like 20 sometimes.
Really under 30 or like?
Facts. Fam, I got the news article.
My man, there you go. I
got the news article to show it. And it's no knock. Because
the style, baby.
Fam, look.
The style, man. Where's Ice from? Where's Ice?
Fort Greene.
Oh, he's from Fort Greene. Okay.
Fort Greene.
My job.
Shout out to Eric Ice Leslie, a legend, man.
From high school, prep school, and college, I always held the best player.
Okay.
And I wanted to, because that's where the action was. So either you're going to give me the work or you're just going to do the bare minimum.
Right.
Kill me. So it's only 3 guys I would say gave me the business.
Really worked you out. And those 3 guys would be? Let the people know.
Oh, I said on my show all the time, Mike Morrison.
Okay.
But he caught an L.
Okay.
Gave me 30 and talked to me the whole game.
Okay. Like
so
hold that young fella.
See, that 30 was different, right? I don't think 30 ain't really, you get somebody a 40 piece, a 50 piece. He gave me a 30 piece and was talking to me the whole
loud
game.
30. Right.
No, a quiet 30, telling me how good I was and how good I was going to be. And how well my defense was.
Right. As he's getting 30.
And I was tight on him, just letting him know. It's just a different level, young man. I'm going to the pros next year.
Right.
Which he did.
Right. Okay. Right. Dope.
The next guy was, I kind of shared this. 47, Lloyd Daniels. He gave me Ice.
Add him up. Just add him up.
Mark Brown and Juice. He gave
Summer League.
No. AAU.
AAU. Right. He played with the Gauchos at that time, right?
They caught the L too.
Right.
And we beat them, and they was stacked.
Right. But
what happened was Lloyd didn't.
Shout out to Mark Brown, man. Shout out to Juice, man. Word, but shout Lloyd, man. We got to get you on the show.
I watched a documentary on Lloyd this past Saturday.
Yeah, Lloyd was a bad boy.
It's nuts.
You think about it, man. This dude
he's in my top 5.
You think about it. This dude averaged 14 and 5 in the league after being on drugs allegedly for several years
with a bullet
and being shot several times
in the stomach,
right? And still came into the NBA and produced. So, man, shout out to Lloyd, man. Perseverance, man.
Shout out to Lloyd.
Left hand and right hand.
And thank you. He can score on any. He scored for anywhere in the court, man. I still remember he made J.R. Reed cry, man, and 5-star. It's crazy.
And the last one is rest in peace, Anthony Mason. That's the only one that caught the W. That was in the championship of West Forth.
Okay.
R.I.P. Mason.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Rest in peace to Mason.
28, 34.
When Prentice took a charge on Anthony Mason, I realized that basketball meant a lot to him. Yeah, because I said, "What are you doing?"
Oh, you don't do that on base, man.
And on concrete, I said, "Prentice, yeah, good play, boy." After the game, I was like, "This nigga's great."
and I was a little bit bigger than this, so
yeah, a little bigger than Prentice too.
Can handle, myself a little bit.
Nah, salute. So tell us about that chip run, man, because y'all got one, right?
Yeah, like I said, coming out to my sophomore year, I really started to improve, and we beat Weston House. I had like a last-second shot to beat them. They was like,
who was it? Shannon Shell was there, right?
Gerald Green.
Gerald Green,
right. Senior year.
Gerald Green,
he was
senior
like the
year.
best player in the city that year.
Yeah, the general. Shout out to the general, man. Right. George Westinghouse, Seton Hall, man. Come on, Brooklyn got people, man, for real, man. Shout out to the general, the hardest dribbling dude I know. I started dribbling hard after that, though.
Oh, he broke the ground with that.
For sure.
And then we got smacked by 20 by boys and girls. Okay. So that was the turning point for us.
That was Ed Davin and them?
No, that was Eric Brown, Mo Kirby, Nestor Payne.
Yeah. Joe Fennell
and those guys.
They had a mob.
You know what I'm saying? So
and it's crazy though, because shout out to that team, man, because it was guys that was in that team that didn't play, like Artie from Red Hook.
Yeah.
Obet,
yeah.
Yo, they had a mob, man. Mm-hmm. Was Kazi on that squad?
Yep.
Kazi. Shout out to. Oh man.
Man, I'll tell you something that happened that next year, right? That chip run, right? Because I told you we got blown out by 20.
Right.
And we were so embarrassed.
And you know what's crazy though, man? Like, let me point this out. It's not to take nothing away from nobody, man. I found this out also from watching Basketball Heads. Everybody follow that on Instagram. It's dope, man. Make sure you click on S.STREET Media, the YouTube page. You know, like, subscribe. But definitely check out Basketball Heads. That's Pooh's show. But I learned it in watching Basketball Heads, a show that I actually was on too. You know, shout out to. Thanks for having me, young fella. You know what I mean?
I'm still waiting for my picture, man.
Yeah, my portrait too. I'm looking for the artist, man. I ain't waiting for the picture no more. I'm looking for the artist, man. But and I learned that Boys and Girls High School is a public high school. It's not a zone school. So they all had access to all the kids throughout the city, but they never won the chip.
They did. The boys.
I'm talking about Lamont Long and them, the older guys won. I'm talking about when Brown and his mom.
I just say that's Coach Brown for.
Yeah,
he had too many players not to win.
Yeah, he had too many players not to win, man.
Listen,
them dudes
a
were
quick
stacked.
fact. The reason why, and I just found this
Shout out to Lamont Long, a.k.a. 30-something. That's my guy.
Yes.
That's my guy, Mo Sanford, man. Thank you, Mo, for always talking to me, man. Appreciate you, man, and for what you're doing with them kids in the New York City school system. Thank you very much, man.
The reason why DeWitt Clinton and Boys and Girls, right? The reason why DeWitt Clinton and Boys and Girls have so many championships because they were all boys schools.
Yeah, at the time, right, absolutely, Boys and Girls.
So DeWitt Clinton has like 18, and Boys and Girls have 14, and then we come behind them with 13.
Also too, shout out Mo Sanford, Lamont Long, also Kenny Kings, man, like myself, like Pat Alphonse, man. Shout out to the Kings, man. Kenny, we in the building, boy. You heard?
So we want to talk about, he said, let's finish up on his chip run, right?
Right.
So then going to that junior year, which is that championship year.
Okay.
We just all start working on our games. I would go out to Coney Island and work out with Tiny a lot and be with Bernard, and then Sean would come around my way.
Build that chemistry.
We was just building that chemistry together.
Right.
So coming into the year, we would just focus on defense because no one came into the year herald, right? No one was all city. No one was all anything that year until the end of the year. So we were just marching through the year, smacking guys. You know, I think we finished the year 26-3, something like that. Then we only lost like 3 games that year.
Did y'all lose to Grady that year?
No, I told you at that time.
Grady couldn't beat y'all?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah,
okay, just trying to get some clarity, Pat.
Right, but again, all good game. This is why we one of the best rivals in New York City, if not the best.
Everything was down to the wire.
Fact.
No one's getting punched. Okay, I could dig it.
Except the people in the crowd.
Oh yeah.
They were definitely fighting.
We been had games where I seen John Thompson run out the.
Probably
Massimino running out the gym, man.
Crazy. So then we got back to St. John's, and we play Westerhouse again. We knew we was gonna get them, and then we meet Boys and Girls, Mo Kirby, Cassie Folk, and those guys.
Right, the mob.
Oh man,
the Kangaroos.
We turned it up.
Okay.
And we smacked Boys and Girls, which led us.
Rest in peace to Mo Kirby, man. Like
one of my good friends in life.
Rest in peace to Mo, man.
We became very tight after that game.
Great person.
Yes.
Great ball player, man. Great party promoter, man. Did a lot for the community, man. Shout out to Mo Kirby, man. We got to keep his legacy alive, man, for real.
And Brown came up to me after the game. Coach Brown was like, "How did you go to Lincoln?"
And you live across the street from the house.
Yeah, listen, bro. Look, there was a reason, and you got to check out the history of the school, not knocking the high, but a lot of my dudes wasn't graduating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even I had to go to prep school.
We spoke about that. Actually last week on the show. Like when you leave your home, you have to go through so many elements of negativity just to get to school. And then like a lot of guys are leaving the projects and not even making it 2 blocks to the school because the negativity is so tempting.
It's just so much.
You know what I mean? So, salute to you, salute to your parents, salute to your dedication on your education and everything, because that's big too. Because you always been a stand-up dude. I mean,
appreciate
you always conducted yourself, even like through rivalries. I don't care how thick it was thick between the lines. But outside the game, we was always loved, man, Even if a person had their back turned, you would like, yo, shout them out and everything. And, which says a lot about your character, man. And again, man, like, after you guys, all right, so during the run, like, I know, like, you left to go to prep school after that, but your run, y'all also beat Kenny Anderson too, right?
We beat Manhattan Center after we beat Boys and Girls, we beat Manhattan Center, which we were supposed to do.
Okay, that was Carl Hines and them?
Yeah, and he didn't play that game because he was ineligible. Jerry McCullough was the star.
Oh, Jerry McCullough, right. Shout out to the McCulloughs, Jerry, Al, all of them, man.
Yeah, I put the cuffs on him too.
Put the cuff on Lil Jerry?
If you march through all the teams that we played, and you see the guys who
you
was
was
the guy.
smoking Lil Jerry?
My
man.
He wasn't, is it? Al McCullough.
Al McCullough.
It was Al McCullough, yes.
Jerry,
the tall one.
Yeah,
yes.
Al McCullough. He's 6'4".
And I had, again.
Al was smooth, though.
I got the article to show it.
My man. He said it's in black and white. He's
not receipts, man. He got all the receipts.
You know that, Pat. I kept all the receipts, man.
There you go.
So, I found out going into that year, after we beat Kenny Anderson, Arnold Bernard. We beat Kenny Anderson up in Glen Falls in overtime. Then we beat Arnold Bernard and Alsavia Lutheran in double overtime. Right. And then had to play King Rice in them.
An early morning game.
Facts.
The trip.
And they just lost last year to All Hallows, so the state wasn't trying to let the city win back-to-back like that.
And I know the word, I'm talking about as a basketball player. I hated King Rice. I hated his game. I hated everything about upstate, you know what I mean? Because I felt like they were being hand-picked and walked through. It's the same thing, just to piggyback it off. It's like that year, Christian Layton is a McDonald's All-American, but Mashburn isn't. You know what I mean? That's.
Listen, if you go through, I tell people, go through the state and check out the championships, and then go through the state and check out. You could just do the Wikipedia, the players of the year, and you'll see a pattern going on. Right. Because I noticed the pattern as well.
Right. That's crazy.
So during that time, we played against Binghamton, was basically their football team. Right. So just imagine playing against Malloy and then Arnold Bernard and them back to back.
Right.
They just came in, was physical.
Caught y'all flat, yeah.
Right, yeah. And being young guys, not used to that playing those back to back games like that, we lost. So that was the state championship.
Still salute. Let me give you a pound on that. Salute to that Lincoln run. Salute to them dudes, man. So
we was the first ones to do it besides the people in the 40s, so we don't count that because we wasn't included.
Okay. So then you headed to a prep school for your senior year.
Yeah.
Okay.
My senior year, MCI, my coach came to me.
That's
and was
like, Maine Central Institute. Couple of big names went there.
Yeah.
After you,
Sam Cassell,
Carl Hines.
Yes.
Carlos Easterling.
Carlos Easterling, right.
Yeah.
I forgot that. Los went there. Wow.
So I was the,
Speak, my dude. Shout out to NBA Los, man.
I was the first guy from the city.
Okay.
To go to MCI.
Okay.
My coach told me that I need to go to prep school.
Okay.
Right.
And was that like a prep to prepare you for the collegiate life, like living on the road and things of that nature?
No, to get my grades and stuff straight.
Okay.
So I went. My mom's. They gave me a choice between Oak Hill and MCI. So we called Steve Smith first, and Steve Smith kind of was fronting on us. Was like, let me call Tom Konchowski back because Tom Konchowski and my coach was working together.
But also, if Tom say he's a go, he's a go.
Facts.
This is Mr. Basketball. Shout out to Tom Konchowski. He just recently retired, and allegedly, I can't recall. I think I'm right, but I gotta do my homework. But I'm gonna say it anyway. Tom don't fly. He takes the bus everywhere.
No, and the train
all over the world.
Yes,
the bus.
He's still typing a regular typewriter.
Yes,
right, no doubt. So, but this is guy, man. If he says that you're a pro, you're a pro.
I want to say thank you too, because you had a part in shaping my life.
Nah, that's dope. Nah, shout out to Tom, man.
So we called Coach Paul Pellicani at MCI, and he was just ecstatic. He was like, "Sure,
send him."
You heard what Tom said. I'm not gonna promise you anything. I said, Coach, I'm coming down there to get mine.
Right.
2 minutes later, Steve Smith called back. Was like, "Oh, we ready?" My mom was like, "Well, we going to MCI."
Yeah, we out of here.
So that was it.
Going north, young man.
Yeah, went up there, 12-hour ride up to MCI. When I got there, it was pitch black, and the only thing I saw was a white man waiting for me with the car lights on. Mm-hmm. And, my mom's
get out
me to go up there. He could have killed me, cooked me up and fried me. But I went up there with Perry Carter, who was All-American, McDonald's All-American, went to Ohio State. Roger Lewis went to Eastern Michigan. Rob Vickers, Indiana State. Henry Golightly, Houston.
You hear them programs, people? Do you hear them programs, major programs?
Yeah, we had another guy, Matt. I think he went to Massachusetts. So we had about 7 to 8
Division I guys.
Nah,
that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. So, and you played 1 year at MCI.
1 year MCI. Could have did a prep year.
Okay, but you chose to. And like, what offers before you settled on your college? What offers? What was your top 3 schools before you settled on this?
Well, it was actually 5. Jacksonville, Boston College, Connecticut, Indiana State.
That's
and
Jacksonville
Philly.
in Florida.
Yes.
Okay. Boston College,
Connecticut, and Fairleigh Dickinson.
This kid,
Indiana State as well.
This guy was up at Boston College acting crazy. This guy here.
What was that?
This guy went to a camp up at Boston College acting crazy.
Was that BC camp?
BC camp acting crazy. Smart guy.
Yeah.
Got me in trouble, bro.
No doubt. So you settled on Fairleigh Dickinson, local.
Yeah. It was like a college away, but not too far from home.
Okay.
It had their campus filled. They was just building the Rothman Center where they had the All-American campus. So that was like the draw. And then Damari Riddick went there as well.
Okay. An old Lincoln teammate.
So and at that time, my mom's she's really ill with cancer. So I don't want to go too far.
God bless mom.
Right. So I went there. Great college atmosphere.
Was you there with was Ed Duncan there when you were there?
No. Damari Riddick, Charlie Roberts, no real name guys.
Ed Duncan, that's my boy. Ed Duncan.
Kelvin Bigelow, Jamie Latney. But these were some ballers that when we, played against the big names, we definitely did our thing.
Held your own. Now that's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
You was in school. You and Pat Burke was in the same conference.
We was in the
Shout out to Pat Burke.
Man. We was in the Northeast Conference.
Right.
And the one thing I would say about my FDU years is I chose the right school but the wrong basketball program.
Okay, that's big.
And at that time, and it's not to throw anybody on the bus, but my coaches, they all had a lot going on.
Right.
All of my assistant coaches would use Fairleigh Dickinson as a fast track to get another job, a better job. Okay. So we were seeing guys come and go.
Right. So you never really was able to put the nucleus together, man.
No.
For real.
And I didn't have a real connection with my coach.
What were your numbers like at the end, like coming out of Fairleigh Dickinson?
I think just under 10.
Okay.
10, 5 maybe.
But you had the stats.
Right, but what happened was my sophomore year, I was like one of the top players in the conference and hurt my knee. Right, my knee got hurt in Illinois.
Damn knee injuries.
Missed the rest of the year. 2 games before I could redshirt because it was like right in the beginning.
Right.
And then we wound up going to the championship and losing by 1.
Wow.
So my junior and senior year, which.
But remind these kids, though, you was working in the classroom, right?
Always. This is why I graduated on time and did what I needed to do.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? Dope.
Like, again,
that's dope.
The time I had in college was so much better than the basketball. I just used the basketball as a vehicle so I could keep everything else going. I still started all my years. I never came off the bench. I shot when I wanted to shoot.
Okay. Like on Basketball Heads, remember, y'all go follow that page. Basketball Heads, we here at A Game. I'm going to say A Game. That's my guy. Shout out to A Game, too, the podcast, man. Here at A Bridge, like, we do our homework, so we know you have, like, a music background also. Were you DJing, like, you throwing parties at Fairleigh?
Yes.
My man.
I was the head
Diddy, you ain't the only one. You ain't the only one throwing parties on the campus.
I was the head DJ,
Like when you say DJ, like was you nice? Was you like?
I wasn't with the tricks.
Okay,
I knew what
you knew how to blend
music to play. Okay, right. The BPMs that matched the song.
Hold on, did he just say BPMs?
He was D nice. He was D nice on Instagram.
Way before that, I was doing that at the Boom Room a long time ago.
The Boom Room, yeah.
But again, all this stuff was happening. Because early on, I was always into rapping. Okay. I was always writing, but the sports kind of took over.
I'm feeling 16 bars coming on.
Oh, no.
Feeling 16 bars coming on.
But what happened was the ball started to take over. So, high school, you're doing well. So 16, college, 19 in prep school. And then, getting to college. And it just started opening my eyes to a lot of different things.
Right. Absolutely.
89.1. Was downstairs in the student union building. So I was also the program director and the DJ.
This kid wore many hats, man. You see that? That's why we have this podcast, so people can understand that, man. You can have a love for a sport. You can have a love for a game or whatever you choose. But at the end of the day, like, you can do so much, man. Like, this guy hung out with stars, man. Like, so who's some of the guys you hung out with? Like,
Well, early on, when I came home, my guys, AB Money and Easy Mo B and JR, Rapping is Fundamental. They was working
Rapping is Fundamental. Y'all heard that?
Miles Davis' last album. So Easy Mo B got that project. So he produced Miles Davis' last album.
And that's legendary.
And they had a song called Doo-Bop Song. And it was getting major play on MTV and BET. And I was like, oh, those my guys. Now, I remember AB Money from playing basketball.
Okay.
So that's how we hooked up.
Okay.
So years later, you know, he kind of found out I was doing the music.
Okay.
And when I came home, I did 2 demos on my own. This is not even being involved with the group, just to show people I had skills.
And when on demo, you sound like you made like beats and everything you put?
Nah. Actually, my guy Voodoo, I want to give a shout out. My guy Voodoo Faye. He got the art gallery down on Myrtle Avenue in Brooklyn.
Okay, salute.
Producer extraordinaire. He was the first guy.
Is my portrait in there, Voodoo Gaze? Is my portrait in there? Is me and Pat portrait in there? Because it ain't here.
Nah, that's a different artist. That's a whole different artist.
All right, you my guy.
You'll see his stuff on like in the Breakfast Club and things like that.
Right,
and Darnell Rollins show. He's really big and out there.
Can you say his name again for me?
Voodoo Faye.
Voodoo Faye. Salute to him, man. Salute to the artist.
Salute.
So after I started doing the demos, I put them on my guy Stretch Armstrong and Barbito show, because Barbito's my guy from basketball.
Okay, Barbito, right.
Where
did you get those? The L Sneaker book.
Right.
Right, that's my guy, Barbito. We want you up on this show, Barbito.
I won a battle of the Beats there. Then I won a demo battle on 89 Take 9, and people started taking me serious.
Okay.
So
gotta win, right?
Right.
If you don't win, they don't take you serious.
During this time, Mo B is working on Big. He got Big in the studio, Craig Mack in the studio.
Okay.
So I wanted to bring my guys, a couple of guys in my neighborhood. One guy who I went to school with, the STEM, my best friend. And we all came together to form this group called The Nation, because inside where I do my basketball heads, that's called the Boom Room.
Okay.
And the Boom Room is a place where guys just came to vibe and rap in front of a video camera.
Okay.
This before DVDs, for all of this. I was
full smack DVDs and all that.
I was selling these VHS tapes for $20.
It's my man, entrepreneurship.
With just a magic marker written on them. With just different guys rapping on them, from Big Daddy Kane, Supernatural, Rock for Helter Skelter.
Oh, that's my dudes. My dudes with these people, man.
Right.
Man, that's big, man. Like, salute to you for that, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, your passion runs deep, man. Like, when you play a sport, you know what I mean? When you have a love for something, like, and to be able to bring it to life, that's big. And then for people to believe in you, for people to come to the Boom Room and lay it down, that's crazy. That's dope, man. And
just building relationships. All of them come from sports, music.
It's a bridge, man. Like again, people love sports, and then the bridge carries them over to something else, man. Again, man, I gotta remind people, Pat left us in a playoff game, man, and go do a Mary J video, man. It's like, dude, what are you? If we lose today, you a rapper.
This is
can't
crazy.
Come back. But that's dope. Yeah, he had to leave though, but that's my guy, man.
So. And making that transition, right, and kind of bridge those gaps, I had to kind of let people see me in a different light. Okay. Everybody used to see me as a basketball player. So it's crazy that the people who know me in music didn't know I played basketball. They just assumed maybe I probably played basketball.
So you were tall.
Right.
Is that stereotyping?
And the people in basketball never know I did music until they hear some music or see me performing somewhere.
Right. Because them basketball dudes in all the clubs. They had all the shows.
If we was acting like we was a pro basketball player, we was just getting on GP. So
no doubt,
that's just what it is. So our first show together we did as a group. We got put under some pressure because again, we was just all working.
And this is the Nation.
This is the Nation because I want to kind of let everybody know who the group is.
Okay, salute.
So Rapping the Fundamentals performing, Big's there. Is Easy Mo B's platinum party. So Big is presenting him with the plaques that night.
That's dope.
Craig Mack's there. It's a crazy night. And
he was in some real company.
Easy Mo B go, yo, we're going to bring up my group called The Nation. Mind you, we don't have a song with him yet. This is a song that AB a beat that AB gave us. We recorded it. That song won the Battle of the Beats. That song tore up the internet. That's crazy. The internet. The underground radio station.
Underground radio.
Right.
The first internet.
Right. And caught the major buzz. And we performed that song, and Big was like right where you standing at, right here. Just like giving Moby pound like these niggas the joint. And that was like our first introduction into the rap world.
Right.
And it's so crazy that with saying that, we would get caught up in the whirlwind of the Puffy
when it was turning
Easy Mo B thing, because since you know, I'm not gonna put my man business out there, but my man was the first guy who put Bad Boy in the map.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
With the Flavor in Your Ear, with the Warning, Machine Gun Funk, all of those, the Get Down.
Nah, but people need to know this, man, because, listen, people have perceptions about people and you hear stuff, but at the end of the day, when you have someone that was on the inside and you can say, okay, this is like, I was there when this occurred, that's real. It's not about putting nobody out there, but at the end of the day, a lot of people really be wanting to understand, like, how did someone become who they were? You know, like, what was their bridge? Like, what allowed them to cross over? You know, because I remember when he was doing parties, you know, when he was doing parties, when they was calling him Little Sean, when he was at Mount St. Michael, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, man, like, you know, tell your story, man, like, you know, being your truth all the time, and you always been that guy.
Facts.
You always been that guy, man. So, like, the nation, like, what was y'all was like on some
we was put like this. We was part street, part conscious, because on my side, I bought the conscious stuff, right? Okay. And then, you know, you had guys in my group.
Conscious, like on a Rakim Kane type conscious type?
Facts,
okay.
Facts.
Right, Nas type thing, okay.
Nas,
right.
KRS One kind of, that's just my whole intellect, right, the way I get down.
No doubt.
But then you got my guys like Infrared, Ballhead, rest in peace, my guy CeeLo. You know, these guys.
Rest in peace to CeeLo.
These guys was hustlers.
Right.
So
they talked
a different side, right?
They talked the game.
But it all came with some kind of consciousness. It wasn't reckless.
Okay.
Right? We had a lot of deals on the table, and, you know, could have been the next big group. But again, we was caught in the battle and the tug of war between Puff and Mo B not being down with Puff.
Okay.
And not being a hitman. Easy Mo B was always independent, always stood on his own, and he got punished for that.
Right.
And, you know, again, when the dominoes fall.
A lot of times, too, like, you know, they always say, like, you know, not everyone knows how to be professional. And when you're not affiliated with something, sometimes it can hurt you. It's like bad association.
No doubt.
Like you have a bad, so you get with somebody who has bad relationships, that'll hurt your business, that'll hurt your brand.
But I'm not gonna put it all on Mo B and the Puff shit, because we had a chance to do it on our own, right? And this is where I kind of stepped away, because, you know, we all didn't have the same kind of passion.
Okay.
Right? Okay. And when that happens, I'd rather savor the friendship.
Right. Then have it explode.
There you go. So I still always kept my day job, being an educator, never quit my job. Salute. So it was easy for me to just transition over to doing something else.
So, as an educator, is that how you came up with the idea to educate people about basketball heads? Nah,
that came about because, again, from doing the music, all these things I kind of did on my own, the Boom Room DVDs, just being inspired to do something. And my friends knew that. So one of my friends, Larry, Stay STEM, he was like, yo, should do a basketball podcast. Because I was telling people, kept telling me to do some kind of podcast. And I didn't want to beat the hip-hop drum anymore.
Right.
Okay. I did that. So another one of my best friends hit me up with a text. It's like, yo, I got a dope idea for a podcast called Basketball Heads. I'm like, okay, it's a dope name, right?
Right, I'm listening.
Cool. So the week before the pandemic, my guy, Jason Sansbury.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My guy, my partner, he had the streaming company, World Live streaming company.
Okay.
World Live streaming.
Shout out to them.
Worldcast
streaming.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. So he hit me up and was like, yo, Pooh, I got the streaming company. Would you be interested in doing the basketball show? So when three people kind of ask you the same thing and they're not in communication,
right,
you got to take that.
Yeah, you got to take you got to pay attention to it.
So me being, I watch YouTube every day. there's not something on YouTube. If there's anything on YouTube that's interesting and thought-provoking, trust me, I'm watching it.
Okay.
And I watch all the podcasts. And I was just trying to figure out, how do I fit? And I just sat back one night and went through my boy text and saw the basketball heads. And I just said, go back to your essence.
Okay.
What was the next thing besides the music that brought you to success? That brought you some kind of success and people know you from.
Okay.
And I have a connection with mostly all the high school coaches,
right,
and the kids throughout the city, and you guys.
Right. You interviewed a lot. You interviewed a lot of guys, man. Like on your podcast. What was like you think were like your most intriguing interviews? What interviews like did you say like you really enjoyed like that interview or those interviews? Well, 2 interviews kind of stick out, which I always say is the Ephraim Whitehead interview. Actually 3. J-Rob, Jamal Robinson interview. Those interview because they gave their truth, right? The real truth behind basketball. Right. What happened in their story? Now that's dope. And they both got amazing stories, man. But the fact how the emotional problems can affect you, right? Not being on that stage anymore, right? And like after the game, and if you don't confront them, when the lights, it can turn into something. Right, when the lights are no longer on. And again, that's also again what we speak about, like, you know, a lot like that's in the news and what's going on, like, you know, that's like depression, a form of mental illness, like just being overwhelmed. You know, there are a lot of words that apply. I'm not saying that those guys like suffer from mental illness or anything like that, but when the lights are no longer on, like for me, you know what like bothered me? Not really bothered me, but I always say, like, when you start having children, you lose your identity. Like, I became Marcus' dad, Rashad's dad. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So, you know, like London's granddad. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like you lose your identity. And then as an athlete, when people are no longer talking about you, you're not being like you're not commanding the room. It commits with you. I just think for them being honest and saying, you know, they was thinking about some real dark times. Right. And my guy Silk was the third one. I never heard him tell me the story about how he got shot. So to see him get really emotional at that point. Dude, I was in awe when he said, like, it took him everything to lift a pencil. Yes. And this is a hero of mine, man. Right. A guy who I looked up to. This dude really taught me how to shoot without teaching me how to shoot. Right. Just give me some words like, this shit was cotton. Yo, Pooh, just believe in yourself. Right. Just believe it's going in all the time. This shit was pure. Beautiful. I was like, beautiful. Damn. Did the net move? Silk joint was official, man. Yeah, Ross Strickland was dope because I was telling Pat in the room. Shout out to Rod, man, one of my favorites, man. That me and my guy Arthur Lee Walker, we got into it the day before his interview, and you know, Art is always pushing me to ask the tough questions, which is all good, right? That's what friends are supposed to do. And I don't want to ask anybody about anything negative that went on in their life. Not trying to. It's not for the show. Right, exactly. But what Ross Strickland did for me was he allowed us into his world and said, listen, if I would have did what I was supposed to do, I would have been an all-star. Right, and that's what he said about being a professional. There you go. He wasn't the best professional at times, but also he didn't know how to be a professional. He was stuck in his ways at the end of the day, and like he said, it didn't take away from who he was as a ball player. And I love the interview because he said that each step in his life allowed him to push himself, because was he good enough? Facts. And here's a guy who we thought was always good. Good. You know what I mean? Right. Like, always like, yeah, I'm going to use that word, great. I'm like, this dude do everything wrong. He turns his back. He leaves his feet. He does everything wrong. Nobody can stop him. Right. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ross Strickland, man. One of my favorites. And the last one is Terrence Fincher, because after being Mr. Basketball in New York City, then the leading scorer in Texas history, and then get to the NBA and not really wanting to start over. Right. Right, and saw that in himself. Like, if I would have just sucked it up and been an adult and handled my business, I still would have been in the league. Right. Right, because sometimes we feel sorry for ourselves. And we're not realizing, damn, we worked this hard to get to this point. And since we not being the starter or in that same position we was in college. It's also too like what what you're accustomed to. He was accustomed to being the guy.
But when you're in the NBA, you got to start over, fam.
Right,
Everybody know you got every level. You got to start
Right, but
over.
again, his honesty is real. Like that's dope.
Yes.
Like I gotta finish watching the Kim Hampton joint.
Oh,
like her story, man.
She was very open and honest as well, you know.
Right.
And then after coming back to the NBA, after playing overseas for so many years,
right.
you know, people thought she was washed up. Nah, she played the boatload of her years overseas.
But
She
remember,
was just coming back to New York.
Right, there was no women game for them here.
Right.
Even with the money, like the way that the WNBA is set up, it's like a $2 million cap. It's crazy, the whole game. Man. But again, with your show too, shout out to your artists, man. Like on your show, be doing amazing work.
Jamel Powell, that's my guy.
Jamel Powell. I think was he Phil Jackson, right?
Yeah.
His handle was like
right.
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson 4.
Phil Jackson 4. That's my number, man. That's my number, man.
If you want any artwork done, he was an art teacher.
Okay.
Worked in my school.
That's dope.
And he's also a basketball coach, so we connected on so many different levels.
Right.
And he came over one day, and we was just chopping it up. I was talking about the show.
That's a whole different feel. That's dope, man.
And
Thanks for having me on your show.
Can I draw the people that come on the show? I was like, what do you mean? You want to draw them? He said, no, we get the pictures beforehand.
And another thing you said too on the Raw Strick interview that had me dying, but I was like, you right. We need that Billy Donovan Bell. Because I started that. I told you, I said, Billy.
Yes.
Everybody got a Billy story.
Yeah, I got some I'm dropping on tomorrow because I have his teammate, Frank Big Red Williams.
Okay.
He going to be on the show tomorrow, right? And he played with Billy Donovan.
Okay.
He was on that championship team as well.
How was some of your wars, though, coming up, man? Like in the tournaments, man? Because, like, you, like me, like, we played, like, games, like, all over.
Right.
Like, how was your wars? Like, was it somebody that you played against? Was it, like, maybe, like, a Obed, a Artie, a Todd, a Lloyd Daniels, Jumping Drew? Was it anybody that was
Jumping Drew played with me?
Okay, yeah, right. What's it? Y'all was the Dusters, right?
No,
y'all was,
we was
Unity Warriors.
No, they were Unity Warriors.
Oh, that was these guys. Look, here he come.
Yeah.
Warriors.
I don't even know the name of our team.
Back-to-back Breezeway champs.
Right. So let's talk about this, right?
Let's talk about this.
So, the first year, I give it to them.
Okay.
Right?
Unity Warriors.
Right.
Okay.
That next year, I left to go to Fairleigh Dickinson.
Okay. So
excuse me.
Another chip. Another chip.
2 years. The first year, I went up to prep school.
Okay.
They won a chip. The second year, I went off to college.
Chip.
They won
a chip. I came back.
Won a chip?
Nah, we got some at the end of the game. You know, we in the projects over there, so you know.
No, fam. We won a chip in 21 because we had broke the rims.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Angry at.
So we had finished up, and I remember playing against
that was 88.
88.
When we talk about 89, what happens in 89, right?
Listen,
I emerges of them Kings, baby.
That was, but like Kane in 88, I ruled. Right, that flat top. You know what I'm saying?
That's when I joined the Kings.
Right.
Yeah.
So 88 was, even from 87, from the
y'all
86
beat us to go
years,
to the chip.
Right.
Yeah, y'all beat us to go to the chip, and they beat us by like 4, 6 or something.
I couldn't wait to come back. So from 86, I'm like the guy around the way. We win the city championship. I gotta go off to prep school. So I missed everything.
Shout out to Brevoy, man. Shout out to John Johnson. Shout out to Sean Troutman.
Martin Lacewell.
Yeah. Shout out to
Trevor.
Martin 6'7". Just Martin was a matchup problem.
Trevor Diggs. Yeah.
Martin used to just look over me. Yeah, Trevor them came after. Shout out to them. Them dudes, he's big though. He also went down to my
Mel Davis.
Went down to my conference, man, and toned up, man, at Kilgore. I went to Tyler, man, but I'm gonna give you your love, Trev. For real, man. That was an arch rival of ours, man. But shout out to them, man. Shout out to it's the big guy. He passed away, man. He used to coach. He's coach y'all, right? He coached them.
No, I probably coached them.
Michigan.
Yeah, he coached them.
Oh, he coached them. That was my guy. Michigan's my guy, man. All right, so tell me more about basketball heads. You got me hype right now. We talking basketball heads.
Look, we just, people ask me how long it's been started. We started during the pandemic.
Okay.
So maybe
great
like
marketing.
6 months.
Great marketing scheme.
6 months.
Everybody was in the crib.
Right.
Great marketing scheme.
You know.
Great marketing scheme. Nah, that's dope, man. But like, nah, your concept is crazy. Like what y'all doing with the artists, how you bringing people on, how you touching a lot of people. That's really ill. I was struggling because the phone is smart, not the owner. You know, I be watching some of these joints, and I'm like, oh man, they mastering that. Nah,
well, we will be moving to YouTube soon.
Okay, that's what's
Trust
up.
me. And then we have a whole different look.
Whole platform,
We
no
have
doubt.
a whole different look at how it's going.
Shout out to S.STREET Media, man. Got us on YouTube strong, man. 400,
That's
300,
right.
350, 400
I watch
views
you guys
in a week,
every
man.
Tuesday. Let you know.
Salute you, man.
So
Thank you, man.
when
Appreciate you.
when Pat and you guys be hitting me up, I'll be like, y'all already watched the show?
Yeah, I already watched the show. Saw it already.
Tell me, I am on YouTube every day.
Nah, that's a salute to my guys.
trust
man.
me, when I
salute
make
to
the
everybody
transition-
too, man. Shout out to the boy Gusto. Shout out to D Lawrence. Shout out to my man Horse. Shout out to
Shout out to Aria Wright,
shout out to Aria Wright.
co-host.
Shout out to Champ.
her son.
Shout out to the Raspberry One Champ. Shout out to my grandson Rashad, man. He want to be on the show, man. You know, man. My granddaughter Pink Bear,
Ray Dollars,
man. Shout out to Ray Dollars and the whole Respect Life crew.
Jay
person.
Hill.
Shout out to
Mecca-
Jay Hill,
Mecca Burns.
Brooklyn Ball, man. If y'all missed that episode, shout out to BK Lobster, man. Shout out to everybody we had on this
Diane
show,
Dixon.
man. Shout out to Diane Dixon.
Facts.
Her record stood for 20 years, man. Shout out to everybody in this show, man. Shout out
You
to
guys do a good
Shout
job.
out Yo-Yo, our subscribers.
Yeah, shout out to
consistent
all-
subscribers. Yo-Yo, Nicole Roberts.
Yeah, shout out to everybody,
Appreciate
man,
y'all.
that's supporting, everybody that believed in us, man. Even the people that laughed at us, shout out to y'all, man.
Yeah,
'cause
shout
my
out to
haters
y'all
is
too.
my biggest
We popping
advertiser.
right now, guys. We popping.
Show, man.
That's right.
Let's
That's
show on
right.
the
Real, man.
podcast, baby.
Yeah.
Word, and shout out to just shout out to everybody that's hustling. Like I always say that, man. I'm rooting for everybody that's hustling, man. But tell us, man, what does bridging the gap mean to you?
Well, what we want to do is try to preserve basketball, New York City basketball history, right?
Okay.
We want to kind of document it and give it a voice,
Okay.
and hopefully, when the basketball season start, when high school, you know, I could get out and start interviewing those guys,
Right.
and then kind of put them in the same category with some of the Ross Stricklands, you know, the Bobby Hunters, so they can learn their stories.
Right. They
And
need a lot of teaching.
and I want to use this as a library as well.
Okay.
So kids could use this as reference points for what they need to do in the future. So that's how we want to bridge the gap, by interviewing some of the, you know, guys who laid down the foundation, and also giving the new generation a chance.
and helping them let them know where
to
they
tell
can
their
go
story.
to.
Yes.
And also too, man, we gotta get that Kenny Hutch thing, man. Kenny Hutch is the problem.
Oh, it's
man.
coming.
Man.
I'm on the phone with Kenny Hutch. He's we just working out his work schedule.
Right.
And when we could do it.
I watched that guy.
Oh,
I spent a lot of time in Manhattan. I watched that guy. He was a problem, man. Shout out to that whole Ben Franklin team, man.
Yeah.
But tell the people how they can reach you, Glenn.
Basketball has all platforms: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You know,
That's heads
how
with
we
two
do it.
Z's.
Two Z's. Basketball
Z's.
heads with two Z's at the end, because we gonna never be caught slipping, fam.
There you go.
Or sleeping. And I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor. You know what I'm saying? Eric Hicks at Game Over. He keep us fresh every show. You know what I'm saying? Give a shout out to my best friend Stem, Hakeem, my other partner Jason Sansbury at Worldcast Live. You know
Shout
what I'm
out to
saying?
2 Apparel for the dope shirt. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure you vote. That's very important. Everybody get out there, man. You know, if someone needs to be assisted, man, try to help them, man. Take some younger people, man. Make sure these guys vote. Let's be on top of that, man. Again, man, shout out. Stay on the lookout for Pink Bear's lip gloss, man. My granddaughter's coming, man. She's this little girl. She's amazing, man.
Oh, yeah. I want to give a special shout out to my niece. She got a blog. It's called Let's Talk About It. It's actually premiering tonight,
Okay.
8 p.m. on YouTube, so you can check that out.
Let's
Let's
Talk
talk
About
about it with Tina Bling. That's
Okay.
right.
And what days do you do your show?
Sunday, Monday, and Wednesdays,
All
8
8
o'clock.
p.m.? Sunday, Mondays, and Wednesdays, all at 8
But
p.m.
tomorrow, we got Big Frank Williams. He's on the West Coast, so we're going to do it at 7 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll let you guys know.
7 o'clock Eastern time.
Yes, 7 o'clock
Okay.
Eastern time.
Yeah, 7 o'clock Eastern time, man. Definitely,
And,
man.
and shout out to my guy,
I want to thank you for
my
coming
man in
through.
the back, Jamel Powell. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for coming through, my dude, man.
Sure, man.
Appreciate you,
Thank
man.
you. Thank
For
you,
real,
Pat.
For real, for real.
Thank you, Nard.
Thanks for coming through, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes,
No
sir.
doubt.
For real.